Jerry, can you see or hear me now? So you can finally see me. All right. I had to shut it down and not just go leave the studio and re-enter under a new one, but I had to shut StreamYard down. Uh, hey, Larice, how you doing? Jonah? I'm sorry, Jonah. I didn't know you didn't have a. There you go. Uh, what I was going to talk about is I finally went down to Globe, well, actually over the Globe or wherever it's at Robinson's Galleria here in Cebu City, and I signed up for fiber internet. And I did this yesterday, but they told me to take 2 to 3 days, so I'm still under the building's internet, and I don't know if this was all because of the internet here or if it was some glitch in the system. I'm not sure, but I'm going to get a dedicated internet for myself. Uh, so that's what it's all about. As you can see, I got my dentals. I got that on Friday. Uh, I can make them permanent, except for I'm not going to. I still want the implants, but they do want me to wait a year. Uh, so we'll be waiting on that. Well, Jerry, I don't know if it is or not, but I know I can get the fiber internet here for about just about 1,500 uh, pesos a month. I'll let you guys do the math. I hadn't done it yet. That's uh, less than what is it? Less than $15, I think, US. Just thinking about it. Yeah, Dan. But I want the higher, the better internet because it affects other things. Like if I'm watching a movie, there's glitches sometimes. Because I stay home once in a while. I didn't go anywhere on Thursday. I didn't go anywhere on what was it Monday. I didn't go anywhere. I stay home 1 or 2 days a week. Sometimes I've been known to stay home 3 days, and I just play on my phone and or my laptop. And so once I get my own, yeah, that's right. Around $25. It's a little under 25. I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, about which is cheaper than what I was paying back in the states. And I had wireless internet, but I don't know. I don't think it was. Uh, I just used the term, but I think it was just wireless. I could plug in or wireless uh, internet, not the fiber. I don't think we had right outside. Where I was living before. Yeah. Well, they won't be live streams. No, no. I'm not going to turn it into Larry and Sabu. for those, for Jerry and Dan, they know what I'm saying. I'm not doing that. I wouldn't be able to walk, talk, read the messages, and watch out for the landmines, man. But no, no, no. Chris, Chris really had a talent for that. He really did. Sorry he quit doing it. I hated when he quit live streaming. But I understand the South Road properties. He just didn't have the connection to do much. So he had to stand up on the roof, and he didn't like that. So he gave up on it, I think. But yeah. Now, I don't think I've done that on this one. Let's find out. No, let's do it this way. Just in case it's because I don't see it over here. So I want to get it up there. So it's pinned. If anybody wants to come up. Now, I am planning, right now, I'm still in the planning stage. So it may not happen, but it will happen soon. I am planning on going to Dumageddon sometime next month. It won't be until after Sir Dan and Man Minnie come, unless I do it and I'm back before they come. But right now, I'm looking at going over after they come over, and I get a visit with Dan and Man Minnie again, and go see Mertz. I'd like to go see Mertz. We're planning on, as far as I know, Dan and Man Minnie are still planning on going over there, and the plan was I'd go with them. So I'd like to get that done, and then I want to go over and spend about a week in Dumageddon. I'm gonna. So whenever I do go over, I will not be doing a live stream that Sunday when I'm over there because I want to go visit the Sunday market in Valencia. And so as soon as I get up that morning, all right, Dan, I'll take that in consideration. So I'll either go before and be back in time, or I'll go afterwards. So right now, like I said, that's still something I got to plan on. If anybody has been to Dumageddon and have suggestions of where I can stay that's not too expensive, remember I am a poor boy. So, but I do plan on going over and spending some time. I want to go to the Sunday market. I've seen so many videos on the Sunday market that I really want to go see it. And I may visit a few other places because, like I said, it's one of the areas I would think about moving to if I decide to leave Cebu. Um, and then I got a friend coming here at the end of September. So a working for a guy from work, he's moving over here towards the end of September. So that's why I'm thinking about doing it in August. Uh, so that way, when he gets here, if he needs some help, I'll be able to help, give him a helping hand. And I right now, I don't know what's going on with my comments on my one video, so I better change this over so I can see it better. I'm gonna have to go off of my cell phone for some reason. I'm not getting a comment on my. There it is. Hey, Sam's Gloves, how you doing, man? I just not all right. I missed a few comments. Yeah. Hi, Mike. How you doing, man? Did I miss anybody else coming in? No, I think I got everybody. Yeah, I've already said hi to Jonah Lynn and Larice, and Jerry and Dan, and got Mike and Sam came in. So hello, and Sam. I'm sorry. Here in the Philippines, I don't wear gloves. Uh, I may have a pair of sun blocking gloves around here somewhere, but I don't have any other gloves of any kind. I've been here for about 2 months, and you guys can tell me if my picture's frozen or not on my computer. I'm not frozen in anything, but looks like on my laptop, I mean my phone, I'm frozen. So, oh no, yes, it looks like it's the picture's a little glitchy on the phone. So anyway, that's what's going on. Like I said, I finally got my dentures. Uh, One of the things I don't like about the dentures, uh, just lagging, okay. One of the things I don't like about the dentures when you eat with it, it's hard to chew anything like a steak. You have to chew just like I would if I didn't have them in. I pretty much have to chew on the one side. Uh, Harder to bite anything hard. I mean, I could sandwiches like peanut butter and jam or egg sandwiches I can eat with these in. But anything else is they're a pain, and you get stuff up inside. I had vegetables the other day, and I could eat them with those in. But when I got somewhere and I took the teeth out, I could see that no, I'm not going to deal with this the rest of my life. I'm too old to be dealing with stuff that uh, irritates me like that. So I will wear them. I'll probably try to get something to take with me, and so when I go to eat, I'll take them out and I'll eat with them out. I'm just not going to eat with them in. Just not going to, unless, like I said, an egg sandwich here at home or peanut butter and jam, soup maybe. But even then, like I said, here at home, fine, I don't mind that. But I don't. I when you take them out, because otherwise you can see it in your teeth. Uh, you got to clean them off. And now there's only a couple ways to do that, and neither way would you want to do it in front of somebody else. Uh, you either take them off and lick them clean, or you take them off and slosh them around in water to clean them off that way. Which you could do that in the bathroom, but I don't want to use the non-portable water for my teeth because then I'm putting them back in my mouth. So that's not going to happen. So we'll deal with it when it's time. We'll get the permanent. We'll get the implants when I can do that. So yes, Mike, I'm going to Dumaguete. I haven't decided exactly when. It's either be at the end of, or very first of the end of this month, the very first of this month, or towards the end of next month. I got to decide if I want to go before Dan and Man Minnie come. They're coming around the 12th next month, and I know he doesn't mind me saying that because he said it in the live stream. It was in the chat. He said it, and Dan, Man Minnie, and myself are planning on going over and seeing Man Mertz over at the SMC side, and so I want to wait until either do it before and be back in time to do that, or wait until afterwards. That's what I got to decide. Uh, but now, Mike, if you know a good place inside of Dumaguete that's not real expensive, because I want to stay about a week. Uh, yes, I can afford to pay more than what I want to pay, but the more I spend, the less money I have. So, yes, I don't worry about money quite as much nowadays, but I don't want to be reckless with it either. It's yeah. I want to stay about a week. I want to go up to Valencia and see the Sunday market. I'll probably go over like on a Thursday That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I could change my mind, but I'll probably go over on a Thursday and come back on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So that's just about a week. I may go a little longer, but I don't. I'm not planning on it. Uh, so that's what we're trying to figure out right now. When I'm going to go, and and like I said, I got everything done except for getting my internet installed. The fiber internet is already installed, but I mean, I got to get it hooked up to it, and I'm doing that through Globe. I have to find out. Uh, well, Lady E knows I'm in Cebu, but I haven't asked her if she's here and if she wants to meet up. I would enjoy that myself. Uh, uh, I'm gonna look into that. I'm trying to decide if I want to take the Roro, and if I take the Roro, then I will take the bus to do that experience, or do I want to take the fast ferry? I want to see how much time difference there is, uh, and how much more convenient one is compared to the other. I know both of them will get me there in the same day. It's not like a trip that Dan and Man Mini do. I don't think the Rowo would be 7 hours going just across. Uh, but we'll look at time and cost. I mean, compared to the cost, is the time worth spending more money to get there quicker? So I mean, all that, and plus, I'm going to tell you the truth. I do want to go both ways at least one time. It may be more convenient to do the Roro on this one and fast ferry on one of the others. I do want to travel both ways. Now, where would I catch the bus at? Could I catch that bus at the Cebu Business Park, or would I have to go to IT Park, or would I have to catch it somewhere else? That's something I need to find out. Uh, I don't, Jerry. I don't think a lowrider's ever been to the Philippines. Uh, well, Dan, somebody's always going to do the driving for me. Unless I get in a smaller city, like maybe I might drive in by if I was there. I might drive in Dumaguete. And when I say drive, I mean ride. I might get a bike. And did Jen come in? Hello, Jen. I'm sorry I didn't notice you. I did notice all the hearts and ABC M raid, so we appreciate her rating. But remember now, I have to take a way to get downtown. Uh, so that's what I got to find out. Because if it's going to cost me as much to get down, I doubt it. But if it would cost me as much to take a grab to get downtown, and then as it would to get to the port, I may just go. I'll still have to figure out. ABCM, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Uh, Now, Mike, I can't say I don't like any island because now you can say you don't like a certain city. Hey, Ian, thank you for coming. You can say you don't like a certain city, but uh, there's no none of us has been to all the cities. I've been to Luzon, and I always enjoyed. But I was in the Navy, and when I was in Luzon, I was at Civic Bay along the Pole City. So I don't know really anything else about the island of Luzon. And when I was there, the city and the port has changed tremendously. and I'd like to go back and see it sometime. But first, I want to check out places that I may be interested in living. Uh, be perfectly honest about it, as far as the infrastructure and the layout of the city and the rules and stuff, feeling safe driving somewhere. Civic Bay would be one of the places I'd be safe. They pretty much follow the rules of the road like we do in the States, from what I've seen. Uh, so, Jerry, you're saying Quezon City just as crowded, if not more than Manila itself? I think BGC or Makati, maybe. One of them would probably just really busy. So, uh, but yeah, it's I do want to visit Manila. I do, like I said, I want to go see the Venice Grand Canal Mall. I also want to go see the World War II uh, grave uh, graveyard. There's nothing else I can call it. I don't think. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's my understanding. Yeah. If I was going to live in Manila area, I think Quezon City would be one of the areas I can afford. Yeah, hey AC, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Yeah, it's like they call it city. New York City consists of what, five boroughs, which are like five different cities. I've been to about three of those. I don't think I've been to all five, but I've been to three at least. I've been to Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens. Not Queens. Yeah, I think it was Queens. It might have been the Bronx. I might have been to four of them. I uh, don't think I've been to all five. I've been to three or four of them. But so yeah. Hey Cindy, how you doing? We appreciate the raid. Uh, helps with our algorithm. Still learning to talk with these in. It's amazing how long it's not. Yeah, a lot of you know when I lost it, I did a even talking about it on a live stream. Did a video on it, I believe. But what do you mean you don't like people? Whenever I visit an area, if there's people that are in the my chat, the people I know, and I would like to meet. Hey, Mertz, how you doing? I hope to meet up with you and Sir Dan and Mad Minnie sometime soon, and see that little baby boy. And so I'm sorry, I'm seeing names here. I'm not spot coming in. Oh, okay, yeah. But so yeah, like I said, morning, Crystal. How you doing? How's Mark doing today? I just been talking about I want to go my first trip outside of Cebu City and its area itself. The first trip off the island of Cebu. I'm planning right now. I haven't decided on the date. I've got a time frame about when I want to go and about how long I want to stay. But I'm going to Dumaguete first. And I always figured I'd go to Duma first because it's the closest. Uh, the place I want to go to from Cebu City. I figured I might as well do the closest first. And so I'm going to go to Dumageddon. I might do it. What today's date is? Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Oh, what is today? Oh, there it is. The 19th. So I got time to do it this month if I plan it quick, or at the end of the month. But Dan and Mad Minnie are planning on being over here around the 12th, and I want to be back by then. If I go before then, and like I said, I want to spend about a week over there, uh, getting around this. I have to figure out how to get around, whether I rent a bike or hire somebody to take me. I haven't rode a bike in years, so I'm gonna. Like I said, I may have to hire somebody to take me up the hill to Valencia for the Sunday market, and then maybe walk around Dumageddon some in some areas, and take some public transportation. They don't have Grab in Dumageddon, from my understanding, so it'll be either private or public. I'll be traveling unless I rent a bike. But like I said, I haven't rode a bike in years. But hell, the bikes now are automatics and are a whole lot smaller than what I rode. I rode a 750, which is a good sized bike. It's not the big, it's the smallest of what they call the big bikes. I think 750 is the smallest. I don't think the 650. I think the 650 is considered the largest of the small bikes. And so we may rent a bike over there. I just don't know. I just know this much. They're not getting my passport. I've seen places, I've heard of places where they want your passport. That's not going to happen. I was watching this one guy, he was in Dumageddon, one of the places he went to. They wanted not only to take a picture of his driver's license, but they also wanted to keep it, which is like, hello, what if I get pulled over? I'm going to need my license. So because I don't have a motorcycle endorsement, I probably won't rent a bike. We'll see about getting a Filipino license sometime for just so I can rent a bike. That'll be the reason why I do it. But I haven't decided when. Mike, I'm going to tell you that's an affirmative about Texas. Uh, you can go any state you want, except for the ones like, and even these states have more guns than they were willing to admit, New York and California, because in those states, there may not be as many legal gun owners, but there's definitely the criminals have them. And but almost any state in the United States probably has more guns than Canada, and that's just by the state itself. Hey, Jessa, how you doing? So, like I said, there is a lot of guns in the United States. You can believe that, and not all of them are legal. And for those of you who don't know what I mean by legal guns, that's people who register and buy their guns legally. Because you can buy guns illegal, you can steal guns, and the criminals, that's what they do. They steal the guns or they buy guns off a black market, and they're not registered, so you don't know who owns them, where they came from. So, it just, that's the way it is over there. And so, like I said, yeah, the states, yeah. And you're not, when you talk guns in the United States, you want to talk shotguns, rifles, pistols, automatic handguns. When I say pistols, I mean the revolvers, automatic handguns. You can buy guns, rifles, and pistols, where the ammunition will fit either gun. You can buy a 44 Magnum handgun and a 44 Magnum rifle, and the ammunition will fit either one. Same thing with a 357 Magnum. I believe 22 is the same way. I could be wrong on the 22. I don't know if I got a 38 rifle. I really was never really that much into guns. I owned a 22 long rifle for a very short period of time. A guy needed some money when I was in the Navy. I bought it off of him. He was supposed to buy it back. Within the time frame that we were talking, he didn't buy it back. Somebody else asked me if I wanted to sell it to them. I sold it to them for a profit. And when the guy finally came and asked me, I said, hey, look, I guess you didn't want it back because it was like 2 times as long as what he said the loan was going to be for. And he did sign the gun over to me, so it was my gun, as far as, and it was more than double the time before I finally sold it to somebody else. And if the guy that came and talked to me said, hey, look, it's going to take longer, I'd have held on to it. It's just I didn't want the gun. I was trying to help somebody out. And like I said, I have been hunting. I've done hunting. I have relatives that have guns, and so we went hunting together. But I've never, outside of that rifle, I've never owned a gun. I don't blame anybody that wants one. I thought about buying one. I thought about buying a revolver, either a 357, or I was leaning toward a 357 for the simple reason that you could change the cylinders on a 357 revolver, and you could shoot 38 ammunition, which is cheaper than the Magnum, the 357 Magnum ammunition. You can shoot that for practice, and then you can go out and use the 357 for hunting or for whatever. And but I also thought about the 44 because, like I said, you could buy a 44 rifle or a handgun. Yeah, you should, Mike. I mean, hey, look. But, yeah, like I said, I think if you understand the orange guy, hey, man, Gay, how you doing? He says a lot of things. Uh, and usually it's to get under your skin, to get you off your game. And that usually works. I mean, I'm not saying he's a nice guy. Not saying that at all. I don't know him. But I don't think he's as bad as some people try to make him out to be either. But that's as much as political I'm going to get. I really don't like the woke the Democrat socialists or social Democrats. They're getting really, really way out there. Some of these, they call themselves socialists, but they're actually communists. Some of these people are calling for doing away with not just our president, any president in the future. They're talking about getting rid of the Supreme Court. They're talking about getting rid of the Senate. And like I said, this is the really far, far left. These guys are complete morons. And one of them, they were showing a broadcast, a part of it. And one of the people said, we've had corrupt presidents since the very beginning. We just happen to have the worst one right now. They're saying every president, including the Democrats, every president was corrupt. Now, Mike, you're old enough, you probably remember John F. Kennedy. He was not my favorite, but I would never call that man corrupt. John Kennedy, or Jack Kennedy, his family called him, it was a good man, basically, but he did make some mistakes that I held against him. And I was just a kid. So probably influenced by people around me. But I look back on some of the mistakes he made, and I have to agree those were bad mistakes. But he did do a lot of good things. And I do believe he was honest. I liked Ronald Reagan. He was very popular. And then to go back and see all of them, now you're talking about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt as well. These people are extreme. So, they scare me more than the orange guy. All right. I think the Democratic Party is, I used to be a Democrat. Now I'm an independent. And, hey, Sammy, how you doing? I don't know if you heard earlier, Sammy, but I do plan on visiting Dumaguete soon. I haven't decided exactly when. It's either be later this month or sometime next month. But I'm trying to figure out where I should stay. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a hotel, but I do want a nice one. And I want to go over there probably on a Thursday and come back on a Wednesday, something like Tuesday or Wednesday. So spend about a week. I do want to go up to Valencia for the Sunday market. I want to travel around Dumaguete and Darwin and a couple of places close by just to check the area out. I'll probably do some videos, especially if I can get to places like okay, now you're talking about the first part of listen to me. August then. Okay. Well, let me know when and if I can swing it because Dan and Mad Minnie are coming here, but they're not coming here till the 12th. And I want to be back. If I go before then, I want to be back by the 12th. And so I want to get back by then if I go before that. Otherwise, I'll go sometime after that. So let me know when it is, and if we can arrange to at least meet for a day, that'd be cool. All right, so from the 5th to the 10th, I'll see if I can send me a suggestion of where to stay that's not too expensive. Mind you, now I do want the Western amenities like a Western style toilet, Western style bed, and so anyway, I'm going to go over there and like I said, I want to go up to Valencia on a Sunday to see the Sunday market. I've always wanted to go do that ever since I started watching videos on it. And like I said, I'd like to go around and see some other things. I know people say, oh, you can travel for cheap. I don't believe so. Your hotel rooms, if you're there for a week, will cost you at least $300 or close to it. It can be more depending on where you stay. Unless you want to stay in, a hostel. And I don't know if Dumaguete has a hostel. I'm not sure if I'd like a hostel. And but yeah, the thing I like about Dumaguete is, like I said, is the boardwalk. I want to see the boardwalk. I heard why not karaoke bar or restaurant, whatever it is. I heard it burned down. It was a total loss. so I won't get to see it. But I'll be able to get. I want to get around and see some things. Walk the streets a little more. I think it'd be a little safer walking their streets than in some areas in Cebu City. Although some areas in Cebu City probably fairly safe as well, especially if you're in the bubble area. But I don't want to spend all my time in the bubble, uh, especially IT and business park. And not because I don't like the areas, but because I can't afford those areas. Like I said, compared to a lot of expats, I'm a poor boy. Uh, I live outside Business Park, about maybe a half mile or so outside of the park, what they consider the park. And for the mall, it's about a mile away. So, yeah, I understand, Sammy. It's like sitting on the terraces. I love the terraces, but the wrong type of sometimes you meet a lot of the wrong types, the kind you wouldn't take home to mama. And I'm not interested in those kind of that kind of type at all. I'm more interested in, and right now I'm not looking for a girlfriend, but I'd be more interested in finding a girlfriend that's I'd be willing to even though she's not living, that I'd be more than willing to introduce to my mother. Uh, hey Angie, how you doing? 'Cause like I said, I'm not into one night stands. I'm not into long term or short term relationships in that it's going to be short term. Maybe it'll be a week, a month, or two, but it's going to end. I'm not into those things. Maybe like the girls for the not the one night stands, but the other ones. I mean, like them as a person. Hell, I could like the ones that I wouldn't take home to mama as a person. But that's not the kind of relationship I want. All right, Sammy. I got cold. So anyway, so yeah, it's just we're trying to figure things out. Like I said, I always planned on Dumaguete being my first trip off island. So it's going to be. It's going to be my first trip off island. Uh, and outside of the bubble areas of Business Park and IT, I have been to G Mall, or a lot of expats call it Ghost Mall because there's not a lot there. And I've been to Robinson's Galleria. I need to do a little more outside the bubble travel. Like I said, I was just at the Robinson Galleria yesterday, but I've been there before. I didn't do a video. Uh, I don't feel right walking around inside a mall taking videos because I don't like showing people more than I have to now. The terrace, I'm not inside the mall. Remember that. And I can see people coming and I can try to make sure I don't show them. But it's hard to do that inside the mall. Uh, I took one video in there. I did not put it up. It was just did not come out right. And I was trying to avoid people there too, but they had a bunch of cars and bikes down on the first floor of Ayala Center Mall, which is Business Park, and it just so much noise. I could always drown the noise out or turn it off, uh, but it just didn't come out right, so I didn't put it up. Matter of fact, I deleted it. But it just, like I said, it's kind of hard. Uh, put my finger up to like that and stayed locked in that position for a little bit. I guess there's a really serious lag between uh, what's going on here with me and what's going on my phone. So I hope you guys aren't having that problem. Hopefully, when I get the fiber internet installed this week, uh, hooked up, not installed. The fiber's there. I just don't have my own dedicated line. I'm using the free Wi-Fi from the hotel, and they say it's an older version uh, connection they got, and so I guess it's really slow for that reason. So my nose itches, people. So give me a minute. I'm still scratching it with my finger because it looks weird. I'm going to do that. That's better. Nose is a little plugged up, but that's not what I was doing. I actually was scratching my nose. Sometimes if you see it wrong, it looks like you're picking it. So that's why I did it with the paper towel, so you know that's not what's going on. But yeah, so I'm just right now. It's just still getting acclimated to the city. It is a very large city. I'm a small town boy. Hey, Bruce Davis, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Uh, but yeah, we're just trying to, like I said, get acclimated to the city. That day I was out. If you saw the video on the storm on the terrace, that felt good out there. Now, yeah, I could, if I sat in any other chair around that table, uh, especially the chair right across from me, I'd have got wet. Uh, the other two chairs beside me on either side, I'd have got sprayed maybe once, uh, uh, but I would not got as wet as I would directly across from me because I barely felt anything sitting where I was at. But you had to be careful during that. And hey, Rhoda, thanks for coming. I appreciate the raid, Leah, thank you for coming. And good morning to everybody in the Philippines. And good evening or afternoon, depending on where you're at. It's good evening in the United States. Yeah, it's evening or late afternoon, no matter where you're at in the United States. It's late afternoon in California, I guess. Hawaii might still be morning. So good morning. I mean, it still might be night. Excuse me. No, it might be the afternoon, but that'd be yesterday. It'd be on the 18th still. I had to stop and think about that one. Uh, so yeah, we're just right now still in the planning stages. It's good to hear that I may be able to meet up. Probably will be able to meet up with Sammy at least one day, see how she's doing, and maybe have a cup of coffee. I'm going to let y'all know when I'm out and about eating. I'm not wearing my partial. They say well, they said don't chew anything hard. I like to crunch ice. I like to eat. I think steak might be considered hard. I'm not sure. I know it'd be tough to chew a steak with these in. Uh, yeah, I know, Jerry. It's almost your bedtime, so you have a good one. And thanks for coming. It's almost 9 o'clock back in the East Coast where I used to live. But they keep giving me these updates, and I wish I wouldn't. And so yeah, it just like I said, I've always been so the sleeping in and the going to bed late has nothing to do with where I'm at now. That's the way I was back in New York and Indiana when I was still living in Indiana. I'm the kind of person I didn't go to bed much before, rarely before midnight. It was more often afterwards than after. Than before. I still don't go to bed till anywhere from midnight to 2 o'clock. And like I said, that's the way I was in the States too. Uh, Now I did get to bed around midnight a little more because of my work schedule, but it's not what I wanted to go to bed. And so uh, yeah, Jerry, I understand it's AM, not PM, because we're AM and you're 12 hours behind us, not ahead of us, or even with us, or a full day behind us. Uh, yeah, 9:05 here, but so yeah, but now Bruce, you must be the East Coast. Where are you at again? I'm not sure. Like I said, I was originally from Indiana, which is also East Coast time. You're the West Coast, okay? All right, so you're even. All right, you're in Oregon, okay? Uh, I was stationed in a place that it's a very small town, so you may not have heard of it. Pacific Beach, Washington. Uh, that's where I was at when I got out of the Navy. Was Pacific Beach, Washington. It's about halfway between Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. It's a town of about 500 people. There was a naval base there of about 110 of us. And no, I can't tell you what we did. I had a security clearance, and I don't know what we did. We used to tell people if they asked that it was an underground, yeah, we told them it was an underground submarine base. There was a big cave underneath, and the subs could come in, come up, and nobody would even know they were there. That was a story that a lot of us came up with. If anybody asked us, we were told if anybody asked, we couldn't tell them. It was it really was. It was a security base. Matter of fact, to get into certain areas of that base, just to get into the building without an escort, you had to have a secret security clearance. Your security clearance, not top secret, but a secret, just to be able to go in and walk around by yourself. And there was rooms in there that you couldn't get into with a secret clearance. You had to have top secret. Now I had a confidential security clearance, one of the lower, if not the lowest security clearance you could have. There were people that didn't have any security clearance. You didn't have to have security clearance in the military, but I had one. But I had to be escorted. They had to come out and let me in, and I had to go in the building every day. Well, I should say every day, almost every day out of the 7 days of the week, because I only worked during five, unless I had duty. Out of those 5 days, I went in every day. If I was off, I didn't go in. I had to go in. They had the vending machines there, Coke machines, candy machines. And my job was filling them. Well, I should say that was one of my jobs. I had 4 jobs I did every day on shore duty that I worked. Like I said, the weekends I was off. I was a barber. I worked in the PX or naval base store. I had to go in there and help. We stock it every morning, and then I would go out and I would fill up my vending machines, the Coke, the candy, the beer machines. Hey, Abby G, how you doing? Thanks for coming. And then I would go to the gas station. I run the gas station. I had to order the supplies for it. I was the only one that worked in it. And that was open 5 days, Monday through Friday. It was not closed Saturday and Sunday. And then I would finish my day off at the barber shop. So I did 4 jobs every day. That was also part of the FAR party. Now, when we say party, it just means I was part of the FAR team. And when we said party, it related to the military itself, it meant work. Working party, well, that's kind of like, yeah, it's not a party, you're just working. Usually hard labor. And they like moving heavy stuff, bringing on supplies, helping to bring on supplies, so that kind of stuff. And then FAR party, man, you were part of the FAR team. Now your job may be different, but you either help plot would means you would put down where the FAR is at, what's being done, and when it was contained, at what time it was reported, what time it was contained. You plotted the whole FAR out. And I had that job on ship, and I also was part of the FAR team where we'd actually go out and put the FAR out. Luckily for me, we never had to put one out when I was actually part of the team. But I know one time we were having a FAR drill, and I was the plotter. So I go to my job, and I'm there plotting, and it went from a drill to a real FAR. As soon as they walked into the room at the right time. One of the air conditioning units caught on fire. So we went from, I think it was going to be a type A, which is water, like wood, mattresses, that kind of stuff, to electrical, which means they had to turn the electricity off. And I had to plot that they did that. And they had to use a different kind of stuff to put it out. And, but, it just, there wasn't a lot of damage, wasn't a lot of smoke damage, just because they walked in. I'm not lying. It was almost as soon as it broke out. It hadn't been out. The fire hadn't been going very long at all when they walked in. If it had been going before they got there. And then on shore duty, I was also in the FAR team, our FAR party. And there I actually rode the truck, the FAR truck. We actually had a small FAR truck because, like I said, the base was only 110 people. And we had FAR drills on it. I was part of the hose team, unloading and hooking the hose up and holding the hoses as people sprayed it. Hey, Tim, thanks for coming. And so, that was one of my jobs on shore duty, but that only happened on my duty days. The base is divided up into your a duty shift or when I say duty shift, I mean, this is when I can't even think of the term anymore. That's what, but it was your day to stay or your day to, or weekends, because sometimes you had the whole weekend. And when that's the case, you had to stay on base or stay on the ship for the whole 24 hours or the whole 48 hours, depending on how long your duty was. And if the fire broke out and you're part of the fire team, then you always went and helped put out the fire. And that's my other phone. I don't know what's going on there. Don't care. But so I always did that on ship, and I did it on shore duty. And in the Navy, everyone had to know how to fight a fire, whether they were part of the fire party or not. And whenever you got transferred somewhere, hey Robert, how you doing, man? Whenever you got transferred somewhere, you had to learn where all the fire equipment was at. before they let you start doing your job. The reasons for that was so that if anything happened, you would know where to go for whatever you needed. And there would be different areas where you could get the same thing, but you would know which one was closest. Hey, Charmaine, how you doing? I'm going to take the picture down for a moment, folks. I'm not going to go anyway. Uh, I'm not going to go anywhere. I just got to blow my nose, so I don't want you to have to watch that. I'm just getting really stuffed up. And so I don't know if I'm coming down with a cold or if my allergies are catching up with me. I had allergies back in the States, and I hadn't been using any allergy medication here. So I may need to buy some. But, that's what it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, when I was, and when you also had what they call duty stations. And your duty station, especially during certain parts of the thing, like uh, general quarters, uh, abandoned ship, uh, uh, you had a certain area where you had to go and you had to know that. Uh, so, but those are easy things to learn. And like I said, you spend a couple of days, maybe 2 days. Well, yeah, I don't have the fan on either. If I turn the fan on, it might stir the air up enough to keep me from getting plugged up too. Uh, but yeah, but I there's not enough breeze to open up my patio door and use the screen. I do have the air conditioning turned down compared to what I used to have it at. Like I said, I'm sitting here in my living room without the fan on, which when I first got here, I wouldn't do that. But I may turn the fan on just to see if that helps clear things up here in a little bit. Uh, yeah, and it probably is the air conditioning causing part of the problem because I seem to have it more at home, but I have had it when I'm out too, but more at home, it seems like. So, yeah, but yeah, so like I said, when I do go to Dumageddon, that's Sunday morning here, Saturday night in the States, I will not do a live stream because, like I said, I'm going to go up to Valencia when I get up in the morning. And I'm not going to say, well, I got to stick around here because, as a lot of markets, a lot of stuff you want to see early, especially if you want to buy. Uh, so, and I'll tell you the truth, I probably won't be wearing these when I go. Because, like I said, I'm not going to eat with these in. And I'm talking about my partials. I like the looks of them, but I don't like the way they operate. So I will go with the implants. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably need to turn the fan on. Maybe that'll help. Uh, like I said, if I had a screen front door and I do have a screen on my patio door, I might open up both just to get a breeze going through here. But it's not that comfortable outside. And so we'll try to see if the fan works. But I will go out later in the day. I'll go somewhere I haven't decided. A good chance I'll just go to the business park and go to the terraces and have my coffee and that kind of stuff. And, I'm going to Robert. That's why I said the Sunday that I'm in Dumaguete, there will be no live stream because I'm going up to the Valencia Sunday market. I'm going to their Sunday market, so it happens to be Sunday morning right now, and I'm going to be in Valencia at that time. Hey, crazy kid, how you doing? Well, for some reason, I could not get my live stream to work. People couldn't see me, even though I could see myself. And so I had to end the live stream, completely close it down, create a new live stream, and come back up. Crazy. That's what happened. Uh, it very well could be that my internet connection is not that great. It's not. Well, not where I'm at, Jim. I'm nowhere near a beer. Nobody's drinking a beer around here. Uh, yeah, that's my welcome to the internet. My building is equipped with the fiber cable capabilities. I just have to get it hooked up. You have to have it your own because this is the free internet. They don't give you free uh, internet that's going to cost a lot of money. They go with the cheaper, which I don't blame them. I mean, if you want to be cheap, well, you got internet as part of the. It's just kind of slow, uh, but they do have the. I just used the term that keeps skipping my mind because I never had it before. I didn't have it back home. Fiber, they do have the capability of having fiber. I went up yesterday. I went to the Robinson Galleria. If you ever seen a video where somebody walks in, they got that giant guitar with the flowers. That's Robinson Galleria. I went there because there's two places I know of that have a Globe office that you can go in, and yeah, I know. I've been hearing about that. I've never checked the park at Wi-Fi. I don't know if you get it through one of the major people or if you get it somewhere else. The pocket Wi-Fi would probably be good when you're walking around and doing things. But I'm going to get Globe Fiber, and I went there and yesterday to talk to them. That's why I went to the Robinson Galleria, the one of the two places that's anywhere near me. That's Globe because I have Globe for my cell phone. So I went there and signed up, and they said it'd be like 2 to 3 days, and they'll call me before they come to install it. And I told downstairs that's what was going on. I'm on a month to month. I'm not on because I am on a visa only. It costs so much money to set up, and believe me, it'd be a whole lot cheaper if I was a SRRV holder or a Filipino or a Filipino would be. It would be a whole lot cheaper. But because I'm not, I have to pay more money, which I understand. There's always a chance I could skip out and not pay them anything. So I got to pay cash when they come in. But I mean, and I have to pay month to month, which is fine. I mean, that's what you do in the States. You pay them so much to come in and hook it up. And then you pay month to month. But I have to buy the equipment and all that good happy stuff, which you don't necessarily do in the States. Get the equipment back. So I know it's safe to go out today. Monday, I'm not so sure. Now, that 2,000 pesos, is that every month or is that what you paid to buy it and then you paid for the usage? I'm going to pay more than 2,000 pesos for my hookup in my first month. I'm not going to go into how much, but it's a tad bit more. But that's fine. But, so I got to get a hold of Sammy sometime and let her know. Uh, I'll have to DM her because she's going to be in Dumaguete between the 5th and the 10th. I want to come back here by the 11th at the latest. So I got to look at the calendar, see what I'm going to go over. And because, like I said, Dan and Mad Benny plan on being here on the 12th. And I want to be back before that. Okay. Yeah, the 2,000 is cheaper than what I'm paying for my hookup and modem. But I don't know what your plans are. My plan will cost me just under $25 a month. So including that is included in what I got to pay wherever they get here. So I'll probably go by. I may have enough cash on me to pay for what I got to pay the person when he shows up. I'm real close to it if I'm not over it. I think I'm over it. But the thing is, that means I can't do anything till they show up. And that's not going to happen. So, yeah. All right, folks. The CR or bathroom, the loo, the John, the head, whatever you want to call it, is starting to call for me. So I'm going to have to end this one because I don't have a co-host. If I had a co-host, I'd let them take over and just talk to people. But it's I need to go to the bathroom. And so I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. Hopefully next week I won't have this trouble because I'll have the high-speed fiber internet. So we'll see. And I want to remind everyone, be nice to each other, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy. Plus, have fun. I'm out of here. Take care, everybody.